We have breaking news for you out of Washington as former President Donald Trump has been indicted on federal charges related to the 2020 election. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. Trump has been indicted on 4 counts tied to efforts to undermine the 2020 election, including conspiracy to defraud the United States. He has been summoned to appear in federal court to face these new charges on Thursday. This indictment is the 3rd criminal case brought against the former president as he seeks to reclaim the White House in 2024. The Justice Department has been investigating Trump's efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. It was a turbulent 2 months that followed the November vote, all culminating in the Capitol riot January 6th when Trump loyalists violently broke into the Capitol building, attacked police officers, and disrupted the congressional counting of electoral votes. So we are now waiting for special counsel Jack Smith to come out and talk to us following the announcement of these charges. You are now looking at the federal courthouse as we await that news conference. It should happen any moment, so we do want to stay with this picture until Mr. Smith comes out. You may remember we last heard from him in January, so I want to give you a recap of where we stand, or not in January, in June. Here's where we are right now. Trump has been indicted for the 3rd time. He was indicted in June. That's when we last heard from Jack Smith on charges that he illegally hoarded classified documents. Mar-a-Lago's property manager is the latest Trump staffer ensnared in this legal turmoil. Again, special counsel Jack Smith, who we expect to hear from very soon, has a very long career of confronting corruption. So federal prosecutors said in this indictment, again filed today, that the former president knew his lies about his loss in the 2020 presidential election were false, but pushed them anyway. Prosecutors said that for 2 months after his loss, November 3rd, 2020, that the Republicans spread lies to create, quote, an intense national atmosphere of mistrust and anger and erode public faith in the administration of the election. Trump has been charged 4 counts. Let me tell you what they are. Conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to obstruct Congress's certification of President Biden's electoral victory January 6th, obstruction and conspiracy against the right to vote. Trump is the only defendant charged in this indictment, but it cites 6 unnamed co-conspirators, including an attorney who was willing, we're hearing, to spread knowingly false claims and pursue these strategies that the former president's 2020 campaign attorneys would not. Another co-conspirator is an attorney whose unfounded claims of election fraud Trump privately acknowledged. To others, we're hearing, quote, sounded crazy. That, again, in the indictment. It is a 45-page indictment that I have here on the anchor desk with me. Here's an inside look right now at the courthouse, again, waiting to hear from special counsel Jack Smith. When he came out in June, didn't take any questions. He quickly made his statement and moved on. So imagine we can sort of expect that as well. But I do want to continue just looking at this 45-page indictment that, again, is sitting right here in front of me. President Trump has been charged by the Justice Department, again, on these 4 counts. This 45-page indictment said that after the 2020 loss, the former president was, quote, determined to remain in power and perpetrated conspiracies that targeted the bedrock of the U.S. and of the federal government. But let me tell you what President Trump is saying. He's saying, why did you wait 2.5 years to do this? Quote, why did they wait so long? This is what he's saying on his social site, Truth, which started not that long ago. Again, he writes, because they wanted to put it right in the middle of my campaign, and he calls it prosecutorial misconduct. Again, that is all on his Truth social site, so you can see it there. Now, this criminal case is coming as Trump leads the field of Republicans seeking their party's 2024 presidential nomination. It centers, again, on this turbulent 2 months between Trump's November 2020 election loss and January 6, 2021, the U.S. Capitol riot. Trump denying this entire time, denying any wrongdoing. Shortly before this 45-page indictment was unsealed, Trump accused Jack Smith's team, again, of trying to interfere with the election with what he called another fake indictment. That, again, according to the former president.